Okay, sound test, 1, 2, 3. Okay, seem to be functioning in a 3D environment. We are here back live on the EngineeringRobo channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get right to it here. Coming at you today with some cryptocurrency. Currently, we can do coins, companies, commodities, anything requested. Let me know down below. Anything you'd like to see in upcoming streams or videos. We can throw anything up on the chart, throw some opinions at it, throw some lines on it, see what's really going on. Drop a like on the video if you like the video. Be sure to subscribe to not miss another stream, not miss an update. We're going to be coming at you hopefully every other day like we have been so far with these live streams. We're going to have to ask you stick till the end of the stream to not miss any of what's going on here. And we hope to see you in the next one. But with that algorithmic spiel out of the way here, it would appear we're on Bitcoin on the chart. Made some updates to our horizontal levels in a previous stream. The most significant level to consider now is going to be $19,359 per Bitcoin, roughly. Support and resistance encompasses areas like small ranges, perhaps, though significant price level to consider would be that sort of like 19,350. Psychological levels visualized perhaps in the way, try to ignore them slightly, though we are considering all-time highs met back in 2017. Now, $19,800 is the 2017 all-time high, and then $17,176 is a swing high that presented itself in 2017 shortly after that sort of previous all-time high there. So these are psychological levels that we have visualized to watch out for moving forward, not necessarily support or resistance to consider perhaps, though if their significance increases, which we might be able to confirm from significant sort of price action with them. If we're bouncing up and down for multiple weeks within these levels, we can perhaps begin to consider support and or resistance, though at the moment psychological levels visualized in here with the blue, the true level of at the moment resistance technically is going to be that 19,350. So once daily candles open and close with wicks and bodies above it, we can look for support at that level. Hopefully hold along it as we await the return of bullish Robo advisors here. EngineeringRobo returning to a bearish state ever since the 20th of September with this combination of Robo advisors. That does suggest continued sideways and or downside here as we look for significant support and await the return of bullish Robos, though once we do see them come back into play, we can become more sort of comfortably bullish on upside here for us in the short term, though in the midterm perhaps a downtrend may still be in play. So watch out for that. We got the solid downtrend line overhead still waiting for us. We are in the midst of a correction coming from 2021 all-time highs where Bitcoin peaked around $69,000. Since then, dramatic corrections have occurred, phases of sideways only to be met with like a continuation of this correction. So the midterm downtrend may still be in play. In my opinion, a shakeout downward here, like a lower low that we recover from, is not impossible here because Bitcoin does like to do that. At the moment, we are considering lower levels down below as we see them, and we will go over a $10,000 Bitcoin presenting itself potentially, which does correlate with corrections that occurred following the 2017 all-time highs. Once we get into the fear and FOMO zones, we can see why buying Bitcoin under like 40K is a good idea, though we can also see why that $10,000 Bitcoin is not impossible for us. In my opinion, unlikely, though not impossible. A very bullish buy opportunity if you were unable to get in during these lows here. If you're looking for a very bullish time to accumulate Bitcoin when it is the most heavily discounted, we either are at the bottom right now or that $10,000 Bitcoin is pending. Okay, sorry, excuse me. Had to configure my voice Robo software there real quick. We're back at it. Lungs.exe have been cleared. Yeah, anyway, Bitcoin here trending sort of downward in the short to mid-term, perhaps, though in the long term, as I mentioned, an uptrend is still intact, and we can be accumulating tactically with the fear zone soon to be revealed here, though. Anyway, yeah, hopefully we can find support along this key level here, 19,350. We need bullish Robos to return. Watching out for resistance as we make our way upward. If we do, support down below about to be revealed. 2017 swing highs and 13,500 appears to be a significant level of support waiting for us if we do continue downward here. So we go with the flow of our Robos, watching out for the confirmations during this highly volatile situation. Don't get shaken out by the sideways. Be sure to accumulate during the lows and go with the flows and whatnot. But anyway, let's quickly look at the fear and FOMO zones here. We do this pretty much every stream, or we have been so far. We can swap over to other cryptos. We can get into any other sort of asset and or index if requested, of course. But these are the kind of the main sort of subjects we go over. And then we're gonna, in a moment, well, excuse me, hold on a second here. Sorry, once again, lungs acting up. I got to update my lung software here. Got to get the, I got to get that Windows 11 version. You know what I'm saying? Of the good old lungs. But anyway, the fear and FOMO zones here suggesting that we can be accumulating Bitcoin with a longer term uptrend in mind, as this is the third time the fear zone has presented itself here, the third bullish time for longer term accumulation ever since printing those 2017 all-time highs, which correlated with the FOMO zone at the time. So a FOMO zone all-time high rejection occurred, and an 84% correction proceeded to follow. So trading up into the FOMO zone, we did 130% in gains over the following kind of couple months, made that peak near 19,800, fell out of the FOMO zone. From that local all-time high, proceeded to experience an 84% correction to the lowest point before bottoming effectively and returning upward. An 84% correction from that all-time high FOMO zone interaction, bringing us into the fear zone here. Relative to the fear zone, a 45% correction occurs upon entering the range, and at this first instance here, over 170 days of sideways. After said phase of accumulation, we returned upward into the trading range here, a range of sideways that you can use for trading based price action, though a bullish opportunity for long-term accumulation presented itself throughout March of 2020. Another 45% dip relative to entering the fear zone, but only about a month and a half of sideways, the second bullish buy opportunity for Bitcoin in the long term. Price action plowing to and through 2017 all-time highs throughout November of 2020. We get up into the 30K range. Elon Musk gets involved, pumps us to 60. He's like, Bitcoin is cool. And then he's like, just kidding, dumps us back down to 30. And then since then, we've been sort of in the midst of playing out the sort of like, in my opinion, continuation pattern of 2021 here, though breaking down to some lows, allowing for some very bullish accumulation here. So after a good range of sideways throughout 2021, a good year of price action where Bitcoin was pretty much above 30K, interacting with $60,000 levels, though the FOMO zone nowhere to be seen, still up ahead there, $200,000 pretty much per Bitcoin waiting for us as a far more significant level of take profit. Anywhere up in this range, you can heavily consider capitalizing on your long-term Bitcoin gains here. Down below, you should be accumulating here during times of extreme fear. When everyone is panic selling, thinking we're going to zero, we are far closer to the bottom than the top. You want to be picking up these nicely discounted digital assets because some basic math, buying here near 20K, selling near 200K, that's like 2x. anyway, big gains to be made here along the way up, buying through these lows. So in terms of the fear zone, we have a 45% correction occur relative to, at the time, 36K, bringing us down to current levels, has been pretty much the 45% correction, suggesting that we have bottomed currently. This is the bottom for Bitcoin, though the 84% correction, referring back to 2017 all-time highs there, 84% downward from our $69,000 all-time high would bring us to that $10,700 Bitcoin, a very, very, very bullish buy opportunity to present itself, if it presents itself here for us. I don't believe we would be trading down at that price for any length of time. That will present itself very briefly, and then we will recover abruptly. In my opinion, I believe that is what is likely to occur if we break this current level we're trying to hold here, if hopefully support can be established near, at the moment on this chart, visualized 2017 all-time highs. But on the Bitcoin chart there, you know the significance of the technical level we're waiting for. Pretty much we just need to get sort of like back into the 20Ks there for us to be more comfortably confident and bullish on support forming near current prices, always keeping in mind that $10,000 Bitcoin is not impossible. Why I think that is not likely, is definitely something that could potentially happen. There's a chance greater than zero that it happens. Why I think there's a low chance of that happening is because we have not seen the Fomo zone, and the Fomo zone would add to the significance of any correction that occurs following it. Like an all-time high made in the Fomo zone, you'd more likely anticipate that 84% correction, though we've made 2 all-time highs in the trading zone, nowhere near that Fomo zone area. So we're still waiting to be taking profit in significant manners. This is, in my opinion, a very bullish time to be accumulating Bitcoin in the lows here, though we need bullish robos on the daily chart and support confirmations for us to begin jumping into significant swing trades kind of thing. But scalpers can capitalize on the volatility, perhaps. Though investors can accumulate during these lows here during times of extreme fear, but go, oh no, when Robo says there's FOMO, and take profit up in the FOMO zones there. So I'm willing to bet there's going to be a huge influx of buyers for some reason up at the $200,000 levels. They're scared to buy it here near 20K. For some reason, I anticipate buyers near 200K. Perfect for you to be selling because you're capitalizing on your gains here. Someone has to buy the top, hopefully not yourself. But anyway, this is Bitcoin. Swapping over to Ethereum real quick. We're going to remove the fear and FOMO zones, as the fear and FOMO zones were created for crypto investors and Bitcoin primarily. That's where you're going to get its best results, and is to be used on the daily time frame. But Ethereum here, quick update, just checking in on it. Sideways still, it would appear, attempting to hold above mystical box, visualized pretty much like 1,250 kind of thing. A hypothetical zone that we can hope to continue to hold, though, with bearish robos in play ever since August of this year, technically. That's when they first entered a bearish state and have remained bearish since. With those bearish robos in mind and more significant sell suggestions coming into play recently here, continued sideways and or downside is to watch out for. Metaphorical box of smelly socks that I just mentioned, though down below 1,123 is a semi more significant level of potential support waiting for us, but you can see our interaction with it was ridiculous, so falling through it is perhaps to be expected. Down below 733 is going to be the more significant level of support waiting for us in any sort of continued downward price action. We need to get back above $1,419 overhead currently as resistance, and we need bullish robos to return here for us to begin jumping back into Ethereum. Though, in my opinion, I believe buying Ethereum at these levels would be rather bullish in the longer term here, the far longer term uptrend for Ethereum, especially with, if we're going to get fundamental for a second here, I believe Ethereum just became like proof of work. Rather, wait. It just changed from proof of work to proof of stake. So now everyone has a big plate of meat that generates Ethereum. And the more plates of meat that you have, the more Ethereum that can be generated. It has to do with the amount of Ethereum that's already generated. So apparently, proof of stake has to do with Ethereum holders rather than Ethereum miners, or something or the other. Either way, that merge made it like crazy more efficient somehow, but then it also made it like more centralized somehow. Long story short, I do believe that is still bullish for Ethereum's price in the long term, regardless of its centralization or efficiency, though those are key factors. But that is the fundamental aspects that I am not the most familiar with. We keep it rather technical here on the channel, though we can go to fundamentals if requested. If people want to see more news and what it do, then we can do that, though. We go with the flow of price action and confirmations. This is Cardano on the screen. Quick update here would appear trading more toward the mystical box that we visualized for Cardano near 41 cents, though down below 34 cents is support waiting for us. 46 cents is resistance overhead at the moment. Bearish Robos in play, sideways and or downside to be considered. We doubled and a half our money throughout August of 2021 there with EngineeringRobo's buy suggestions. And then since that $3 level presenting itself, we've been trading downward here dramatically, saved from bearish Robos coming into play. So waiting for bullish Robos to return and support to be confirmed before jumping back into Cardano. XRP. I posted a short on the EngineeringRobo channel and my secret personal channel, updating the XRP chart here. It would appear we have made some changes to the horizontal levels to be considering moving forward. Following the channel, if you've been following the channel ever since, like June here at least, since before June, we had a 30-cent support level visualized that you were able to use for your 20% support-based investment ratio throughout July. Only after we bounced off of it in June there, returning to it was when I suggested you invest along that level accordingly, and we haven't seen it since. Below that, though, was 25 cents at one point, waiting for us, the more significant level to consider. Both of those levels have now become 29 cents here. This price level has been, its significance has been readjusted here, and so it would appear 29 cents is a support level to consider moving forward. 46 cents at one point was a level that we did have visualized that we've now returned to, though we have perhaps brought that down to now 38 cents moving forward. We've identified that as a key level to consider. Significant resistance, though, overhead for us, still now visualized 51 cents waiting for us for support confirmations. We need 2 of our chosen 3 Robos remaining bullish here during this upside with this combination of Robo advisors. But we need daily candles opening and closing with wicks and bodies above 51 cents there to confirm that level as support. If we don't return down to 38 cents and are able to accumulate along that level. So right now, resistance is overhead, awaiting for support confirmations. Always be capitalizing on gains and taking profits along the way, especially during a bear market here. Fundamentally, XRP may be going through whatever it's going through. Perhaps a buy the rumor, sell the news event occurs with this whole settlement case with the SEC and whatnot. We've been pumping a lot recently, so no wonder traders are capitalizing on these gains. With 2 of our chosen 3 Robos bullish, this combination of Robo advisors bullish technically since the 17th. You've been invested with your EngineeringRobo based investment ratios. You've been invested with your EngineeringRobo based investment ratio ever since that confirmation, though in my opinion, I prefer the buy for Golden Cross Robo advisors in play. And so since the 20th of September has my preferred combination of Robo advisors suggested kind of continued gains here for XRP. We're just waiting for resistance to be broken overhead and confirmed as support, and resistance overhead as well to consider taking profits, 63 and 86 cents waiting for us around that downtrend line. though we are waiting for bearish robos to return before fully reducing our XRP positions. We can always remain partially invested until EngineeringRobo enters a bearish state, which has saved us from some dramatic corrections that have occurred that I have, for some reason, not visualized since redoing the chart. Seen like 46, 58, 42% corrections from bearish Robo advisors. Bullish Robos here so far, most recently, have seen 48% in upside, still sitting on 22% in gains with the buy for moon. The buy for golden cross has seen 35% in upside, and you're sitting on 11% in gains. So going with the flows of this combination of robos, we can see more significant pumps from these robo advisors back in 2021 there, 115% in gains. And then we see another instance of 249% in upside with bullish robo advisors. We have XLM finding itself back above these 11 and oh my goodness. We have XLM finding itself back above this 11-cent level here, previously resistance, still technically resistance until daily candles open and close with wicks and bodies above it. Seeing it back above this level though is nice to see. We are closer to that bullish robo confirmation level where you were heavily suggested to be considering investing that 50% engineering robo based investment ratio. Though following the channel on previous streams, I've been mentioning even with daily candles opening and closing above it, if we look back since June here, we've had essentially fake outs of this level. So price action reaching above it only to return down below it shortly thereafter. So we're watching out for fake outs. We're watching out for corrections following robo signals. We can see here more recently throughout the beginning of August, 2 of our chosen 3 robos entering a bullish state, only for a correction to occur shortly after here. So with Bitcoin in a state of volatility, it is definitely difficult to be trading in sort of trading altcoins right now with such volatile price action, upward and downward, all while trading sideways. So we have to be careful and also consider other factors when jumping in and out of coins and whatnot, even with bullish and bearish robo advisors. We always go with the flow of the confirmations, getting in and out accordingly, though we can get better entries and exits when combining EngineeringRobo with our current strategies, and we implement support and resistance and trend lines along with our robos to determine our entries and exit confirmations. EngineeringRobo is not used to determine the top or bottom of any market, but is used to decipher areas of accumulation and take profit that have the highest chances of success. And so many different robos available. Once 3 fit your strategy, wait for 2 to enter a bullish or bearish state before considering your position. But we do go with the flows of our robos here. So pretty much sideways XLM, trapped in a range of sideways roughly since like May of this year. Here it would appear. Hopefully we can remain above 0.1185 and solidify it as support. Hopefully bullish robos can remain in play and carry us upward and out of this downtrend line where you can invest your 30% downtrend line investment ratio once we are free from it. And then 17 cents overhead waiting for us as resistance. 8 cents down below technically is support at the moment because we are still waiting for confirmations of 11 cents, though we have visualized 10 cents here as a psychological box of support that we've been interacting with so far since like June. But whole lot of situations in play at the moment. We are at resistance technically here, so we need a few more confirmations along this level before jumping into XLM with more significance here. So far though, you've been considering investing that EngineeringRobo based investment ratio ever since the 22nd of September, and the most bullish price so far to enter that ratio would have been 10 cents down here just a few days ago. So buying lows after bullish robos does tend to be ideal, though if bearish robos were to return here, we can, perhaps consider shorting XLM and or reducing our positions, our bullish bias positions. You can capitalize on all price action, all market directions with the right tools and techniques and whatnot, right? Contracts in play. Right now, we definitely are in a bit of a sort of like a downtrend here in the short term in terms of Bitcoin, though as we attempt to bottom out here, that's when you're going to find the most volatility. You're going to find pumps and dumps. The pumps will go where the dumps came from, and then the dumps will come back and lead us into more pumps. But extreme volatility here in the crypto sphere. But this has been Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, Cardano. You've kind of done the main coins here, the main rotation that we go about. Though, if anybody has any other coins, companies, and or commodities they would like to see, feel free to let me know. If you're tuning in from the EngineeringRobo group chat here on Telegram, I am looking at that as well. If you want to drop a message in it or in the comments of this video. If you're not tuning in from the EngineeringRobo chat group, feel free to join us down below with the links in the description. Check out all the other social medias available. You have a TikTok account. I'm going to go live on there sometimes. We post like shorts and whatnot where you will see somebody that may or may not resemble somebody else that you can hear right now. But yeah. The S&P. Oh, sorry, I'm getting messages here. It's my apologies. Unprofessional. All these notifications, all these things, all these messages. But okay. I don't know. Yeah, the S&P trading downward here as we've been prophesizing, falling to and through mystical box of socks. That's why we just put them there for fun, completely for fun. Support levels are visualized with more significance as they are. Check out the Nasdaq here. What appear rejecting off of the overhead downtrend line. Bullish robos in play. Watch out for bearish confirmations though. They look like they are around the corner. The Dow Jones falling through a key level of potential support. The moving average supposed to be visualized here. Falling below that 200 weekly moving average. A buying opportunity below it may present itself here before we ricochet back above it shortly thereafter. Watch out for some extreme volatility. Lows to be seen perhaps near 26,306 is support for us, waiting for us if we do continue downward. Weekly candles opening and closing beneath 29,373 is not ideal and would confirm resistance. The DXY hopefully topping out here. Hopefully it's figured itself out. Hopefully it's done. Hopefully it's over it. If not, 119 still overhead though. The final sort of The final strides of the US dollar may be around the corner here, hopefully for us. I say hopefully because an inverse correlation may be present with the DXY and asset prices, perhaps Bitcoin, to be considered. Bullish Robos in play ever since July of 2021 have a suggested upside for the DXY. If we consider November of 2021, when Bitcoin was $69,000, the DXY has been trading upward since then. Bitcoin's been trading downward since then. So inverse correlation, perhaps. Hopefully the DXY can settle down. Gold opening a weekly candle beneath previous support. Now looking for resistance confirmations. 1680 overhead. We're below the 200 weekly moving average, slightly less than ideal. Down below 1572 waiting for us, though 1486 is going to be the more significant support to consider. Silver can't get back above 1981 there. Resistance forming. We're down below that 200 weekly. Bearish Robos in play. Hopefully support can be found near 1372. So we're probably in the midst of the bottom here, the end of the bottom, the final shakeout, the final kind of like dip, the final buying opportunity, in my opinion, is very much approaching here. One final sort of like crash downward can take us out of this dramatic range of sideways we've been stuck in. Right now, we just have to sort of gonna go with the flows of these of this volatility here. Don't be shaken out during these lows. Be sure to be accumulating while you can. It's going to take far more fundamental significance and some technical significance for me to be bearish on Bitcoin. I do believe Bitcoin go up, though what go up must go not up sometimes. And what go not up can only go so down because it go so up. Ooga booga. Yup. But anyway, yeah, going with the flows of cryptos, watching out for our robos. We've done some coins, we've done some commodities, looked at indexes. Yeah, but I think we're gonna wrap it up here would appear. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the stream. Super glad you could make it. If not, we hope to see you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like on the video if you like the video. Thank you so much for sticking till the end. Algorithmically, one of the best things that we can do for the channel is ask for watch time. Apparently, likes and subscribes and comments really don't really matter. Apparently, in the new algorithm, it's all about watch time, click through, watch retention, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you want to help out the channel, you can tune in and stick around until the end. We'd greatly appreciate if you like and subscribe as well. Though, at the end of the day, what can we say? Dance around in the sun rays and play. Anyway, okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. This has been EngineeringRobo. Transition out of here. Boom. If you made it this far in the stream, comment sour watermelons down below for a chance to win nothing.